What's up? Welcome to the Spalding Show. We're back. We've been gone for 3 months. None of y'all probably noticed, but we did. And we're hopping back on track. Check out our last episode where Wyatt does a podcast talking about how it's okay to restart again when we kind of drop the ball. We have dropped the ball on a podcast so many times. How many times have we started a podcast and then like stopped it? This is like our fourth restart, I want to say.
Well, this is the first podcast we ever did together.
No, remember
So
we kind of did one during COVID.
yeah, that was just like YouTube. So this is
Yeah,
like our
YouTube
second
series.
one. Like we never
Yeah.
posted on podcast. We just made it YouTube videos. But
Yeah.
yeah, we do that with a lot of stuff. Whatever.
See what sticks. This will stick. We're making this stick.
We
But
better.
we just been MIA for a little bit.
Well, we have to make this thing. I have to pay. We're paying for like this stuff. So
I know sometimes you gotta put some money down and you start doing it.
yeah.
Obviously we weren't, but now we are. We're back. And Wyatt has a list of things he wants to talk about. We're gonna see how many we get through. What's the first thing, Wyatt?
All right, Wes. Like kind of talk about. I talked about a little bit while I was gone, or there just wasn't podcasting as much. But you talk about what you were doing, like basically like your trip to Italy, and go from there.
Yeah. So trip to Italy. We went, what was it, October 12th? Yeah, so back in October. Me and Audrey just did this little like Cosmo cruise, not cruise, Cosmo trip to Tuscany area. 24-hour flight there. Felt like 24. It was like 11 hours, but it was 24 hours total in travel. And then we're in this like little town with a bunch of other like retired teachers and other like people. We were the youngest people there, except we made a couple friends. Um, and there was one of the friends was a retired teacher and her daughter who was our age. So we weren't the only 30-year-olds there, but it was like us three and this one other girl that was like on a little vacation between schools. So she's about to start school up. But it was fun. It was really cool to like see the country, see how they actually like live up there and so much slower. It's way more peaceful. I was like, why do we not live like this? The food was amazing. The very last day, we found the best restaurant where there's like this 89-year-old grandma who did all the cooking for this place, and then her daughter, who is like, um, I don't know, she had to be 50s, something like that. She was a server, and you wait like 2 hours for your food, but you just sip wine, talk, chat, like you're not expected to get out of there quick. And some things at this restaurant you can only get at night, you couldn't get them at lunchtime. We were there at lunch, so we didn't get a chance to try the pizza or the lasagna. Apparently, she makes the lasagna like only one pan of lasagna, and only like 6 or 8 people get it, and it's like the best thing there apparently. So it was just cool to experience that. Everybody's doing nothing like in the afternoon from 2 to 6. You can't find anybody. I don't know if they're sleeping or what, but it's super chill. Uh, but yeah, it makes me want to learn Italian, go back to Italy, and learn how to cook. Or I know how to cook pasta now. I did a class, but I definitely want to make my own pasta now. So,
Are you making pasta wrong or something before? What was the difference about the class?
so the way pasta should be made is you just take kind of like flour and I think maybe flour, egg, and one other thing, and it's hard to explain. You make like a volcano with the egg. So the eggs are in the middle. You make a little rim with the flour, and you like whisk the eggs with something else, and then you kind of like make the dough, and then you like roll it out, and then you cut it, and then you kind of like use this machine to make it thinner, 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 and thinner, and then you can put it through the little machine thing, and then you can make your type of pasta. But after you make the pasta, you're supposed to let it hang dry. So you either can A, cook it right away, or you let it like just dry. So you have to get these certain racks to dry the pasta, and that's why it tastes better and is more like of a whole foodie. But now it's like we with the packaging stuff, they just like what I don't know what they do. They dry the pasta, but it's super processed, so it's cooked at cooked or like finished at a higher temperature, so it's not as like good. It just is like it rushes the process too much.
Yeah.
Um, hard to explain. Like I know why it's better, but it's really hard to explain how it's
Yeah,
better. So
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, that sounds fun. I mean, sounds like you guys had a great time. You guys been playing that for like a year, right?
yeah,
So, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So he was gone for a week and did all that. Kind of nice. He went to Italy first, because then I have to go. I'm going in March. So,
yeah. You're going pretty soon.
yeah, we're not going to the same places, but at least we're both gonna experience Italy at some point in our lives. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah. Well, so like when there was like no one, nobody was like there was like nobody out and about in the afternoon. You said
yeah.
after.
So everything opens up in the morning. Restaurants open up like at 11. Go till like 2,
Mhm.
and then they close for 3, 4, 5 hours. Open back up like at 6 or 7. Stay open till like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. So everybody comes out at night, but we were always like in bed way earlier than that. We weren't in a super populated area, just like a small little town, but there's
Yeah.
still like some good restaurants, and we went and saw some other towns and things like that. And then have we talked about how you're going to Italy for the World Games for Special Olympics?
Yeah, I think we have a little bit. We'll get into that another
Okay.
episode, but like, yeah, because I'm going to Turin, and then
Yeah,
what was the town again you were in?
dude, I can't remember. I can't even pronounce it.
All right, well, let's definitely didn't go to Turin then.
Montecatini. That's it.
Oh, what? Say that
Montecatini.
again. Mon
Montecatini, I think.
Okay, Montecatini. All right, so well,
It's not close to turnip.
yeah, it's not. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both going to different spots, experiencing different places. Same long ass plane ride, and it doesn't matter. Still gonna be a long plane ride. And then yeah, kind of experience like different things. You went for more personal reasons, as mine's more like job reasons, but still fun. So uh
Hmm.
yeah. So Wes did that, and so he was gone, and I guess I could have done some episodes by myself, but I didn't. But I explained that in the last episode, so you can listen to that one. So yeah, so now we're gonna get in do some sports here, and everyone that's a sports fan knows it's the college football playoffs. The playoffs. So tonight, Indiana plays Notre Dame, which is weird to say Indiana made the first playoffs like ever. I mean, no one picked Indiana to be this good. It's crazy.
I got them winning it all. Upset.
You have them winning it all? No way.
Yep, I'm going for Indiana. My heart is going for Indiana.
All right, well, I like Notre Dame. I always kind of like Notre Dame, so I'm picking Notre Dame to win. And
Damn, the whole thing?
no, just a game. I picked
Oh,
uh I picked Oregon to win in a bracket I made because you can do like
okay.
the challenge bracket stuff. So
Hmm.
I want probably either Georgia or Tennessee to win it. But
Okay.
I think Oregon's gonna win it. I mean they're 13-0. No one's really like I mean Ohio State gave them a good game. They beat Ohio State by 1. Boise State had them and lost by a field goal. They the Penn State game in the Big Ten championship game was close, but Oregon was always up. Like they never trailed. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but then it's football. I mean, baseball is kind of easier to up someone, but football, it's like you got if you got a good quarterback, then you'll do good. And their quarterback's like one of the best in the nation. So I think Oregon will do well.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's the college football playoffs.
Yeah, it's a
Playoffs.
different breed, but Oregon's
NCAA, NCAA basketball, it's different because like anything can happen because of the bracket. Now there's a longer bracket. There's 4 rounds, 3 rounds get a bye, but there's more rounds, so now there's more pressure.
yeah, it
There's
is
more on the
different.
line.
It's
I
different.
think people are underestimating the bracket and the magic of
Oh
having
yeah.
a bracket.
So like this doesn't
Like
make any
it's not
like
like
this.
pros where, you get
Yeah.
best 2 out of 3.
Well, it's football. I mean, football is always going to be like this. But listen to this.
Yeah.
Oregon does have a tough schedule. They have to play the winner of Tennessee, Ohio State. Then they have to play the winner of Texas, Clemson, either Texas, Clemson, or Arizona State. I think
Hmm.
Arizona, I think could win a game. Like no one's
You think
really
they get upset like Texas?
well, technically it wouldn't be an upset because they're the fourth seed. They'll bye.
Yeah,
But
but overall in the rankings, Texas is like
yeah.
top 10 and they're, what are they,
So
like
I mean I
13th?
think Clemson could beat Texas and they're the 12th seed. Clemson is.
Yeah.
So I think Clemson could beat Texas. Boise State, I mean, I don't know. I want SMU to win against Penn State, which I think they can. And so, because like they came back against Clemson and almost won the ACC championship game, which also makes no sense. And I'm not going to get into the rules of the bracket because I was listening to a podcast today about the rules and should write them all down, but I don't want to talk about the rules. So Clemson won the ACC, but they're the 12th seed and SMU is the 11th seed. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Why would Clemson win the conference but then get a lower seed in the tournament?
Wow, I actually never realized that till right now.
Yeah. And then like you got Notre Dame, Indiana, and then that winner plays Georgia. But Oregon, so like let's say Oregon has to play like three tough teams here. Tennessee, Ohio State, or they play like they could play Arizona State in the semis. So then they would get like Clemson or Texas, which Texas made the playoffs last year. Clemson's been a powerhouse. Uh Georgia's got that, their backup quarterback playing. So, but he was good. Like he was more
Yeah.
mobile. He was more mobile than the starting. So, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Do you think Georgia makes a run with their backup quarterback?
I do, which is crazy. Like they could do it. Their offense
You
might
think
be
like
better.
championship game or
Yeah, I think they could win the whole thing. But
like
honestly,
a set in stone, your life is on it. Are you putting Georgia in the championship game? Not saying you gotta win all, but they're in there.
yeah, I am. Kirby Smart. He's the new Nick
So
Saban of college football. I mean,
why do you say that?
because he's won like two in a row. He's been to the playoffs multiple years. Before when I mean he was into the playoffs like I don't have the stats or whatever, but he's been in the playoffs at least two or three times when Nick Saban was in the game was coaching, and Nick Saban beat him that one year with Jake Fromm as his quarterback, and then Tua threw the winning touchdown for Alabama, and that's when kind of Georgia was on the map then. Even though they lost, they were still, number two in the nation. So Penn
Is that why you're
State,
picking Clemson too? Because of their track record?
I mean, I would pick Clemson because of Dabo, because but I don't know. I just don't. There's something about Arizona State, bro. Like they're just having like they were picked like I want to say
They
last in the
picked
Big
last.
12. Yeah, it was last.
Yeah, they were picked
Last in the
last, dead
Big
last.
12, man.
I, that's probably I would say you say it's the third toughest conference.
I think it's more exciting to
SEC,
watch.
Big Ten,
Yeah, then Big
and then Big
12,
12.
then
Yeah,
ACC. I think it's more fun
yeah,
to watch than the Big 10 though, because the
yeah. I think it is too.
scores are like 35-28, 42-49. Big Ten's like 17-10,
Yeah,
24 to 14, 10 to
yeah.
3 is always there. And it's so boring. Like, oh, the Big Ten's so tough. Like, the Big Ten's stuck in like 1945 or something. Like, let's ground and pound. And like, we're in it. Nebraska's in it. We're in the Big Ten. That's the only reason why I watch Big Ten games.
Conservative team played
Yeah,
safe.
I feel like we've always been a running team. That's how we won in the past, like when we were actually really good. So it's like
Yeah,
we might as well just stick to it. We tried to go passing and we just got worse. So,
yeah.
but I don't know. It's just like Big 12 is more fun to watch. And they only, let me see.
So Big
Yeah.
12,
Yeah, they only have
Big
one
12
team
teams
in
that are
it.
in it.
There's
Yeah,
only
just Arizona
one Big
State.
12. So it's hard because they switch all the conferences now. So you got to like check. Like, okay.
My Bucks, they choked. They had a chance and they lost to fucking Kansas. Sorry, I shouldn't have cussed on here, but
Whatever. I can put it like, I
dude,
can,
Kansas destroyed so many. They destroyed BYU season. They destroyed Colorado season. And who they beat another team too. Who else did they
Oh,
beat? It was
ah,
between BYU. It was before BYU or after BYU.
let me look it up.
Oh my
Ah,
gosh, yeah.
but
Like,
then
because
like
BYU was in, and then they lost that game. I think they lost again too.
yeah,
But we gotta get back to Arizona State. I do think they could upset. I think if they win, I don't know. I could see them winning one game. I don't know if I could see them in the championship game though, because then they
yeah.
gotta play Oregon.
So they beat
No, wait,
Colorado.
yeah, they play Oregon.
They beat Iowa State. Kansas
Oh
did.
yeah,
They ruined Iowa State's season. And then they
I don't know if they ruined Iowa State season because Iowa State
well
had a
they oh yeah, they
chance to
made the Big
make the
12,
playoffs
but
still.
it hurt them.
They almost took them out of the
But they
championship game.
so they
If
won the
Colorado would have won, then I don't think Iowa State would have made it.
but here's the thing that and we don't need to talk about Kansas really, but just to say how much Kansas ruined some Big 12 teams getting two teams in the playoffs. Kansas won their first
Yeah,
game and they were ranked, when the season started. Then they went on a 5 game
yeah,
losing streak. And then they won a game, lost
yes.
again, and then won three in a row. And they had to win the last game to be bowl eligible, and Baylor thumped them 45-17. But I mean, yeah, man, it's just like
Oh,
sport.
dang.
I was listening to a podcast today, like ESPN Daily, and I went back like to like a couple during the football season, and
Yeah,
they said like you can lose like 3 to 4 games and make the playoffs as long as you win your conference. How crazy is that?
yeah.
Like if they win, like
I
if
like that though.
but think about it, like you're like 13 or 11-1 in the SEC or the Big Ten, and you don't win your conference championship. Let's say you get second. Well, the 8-4 Big 12 team is ahead of you because they won their conference championship against, let's say, another 8-4 team. And I'm just like, that's
Yeah, but
crazy.
then conference championships, I feel like
Yeah,
it
then they
puts
don't
more
matter
weight in the
because
conference
everyone's
championship
like they
game.
need to do it like the NFL, where whoever wins, then they reseed the bracket, and then like because Oregon has like one of the toughest uh ways to get there. I mean, they got to play Ohio State, Tennessee, or Arizona State or whatever, and it's just like that's crazy, but it's also like freaking
Yeah,
awesome. Also, what's crazy, and I always like forget about it, but then they mention every year they're in a playoff, whether it's 4 teams, the BCS, or this 12 team, is Oregon has never won a national championship ever.
oh my, that is very. I
They
definitely thought
came
they. I
they
just
came
assumed they won one.
close. They came close in 2015 and they lost with Marcus Mariota as their quarterback and when
Oh
Chip Kelly was the
yeah,
coach. And then it was like,
yeah.
what? You like look at that stat and it's like is this fake news? Is this fake? This can't be true. Then you look it up and you're like, no, it's real.
They're kind of like an underdog of all the number one seeds. Then
They are like, but they're like, I mean, they've been the best team all year. So it's like you would think,
no,
but
but they haven't really played. I think Georgia
they're in the Big Ten. They
is
played some good teams.
no, but I just mean like best team. I think I just from like what I keep up with. I thought Georgia was the best. Now the quarterback's injured. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen because I got my Hoosiers pulling through.
Well,
I got
actually, the quarterback was
Indiana
going,
beating Notre Dame and beating
eh,
Georgia, and then they're gonna make it to championship games. That they just gotta win those first two. I mean, obviously, you gotta win the semis, but I feel like to get the momentum going. I feel like if I feel like Notre Dame, Indiana, or SMU can make it to the ship. Like you win, if one of those three teams wins the first two, they're in the ship to win that semi. They got the momentum going.
so if you're taking Indiana, I'm taking Notre Dame. Should we bet on the game?
What's the wager?
I don't know. We do that sports betting app we always do. Uh,
Oh, the one with coins.
yeah. I'm not betting real
Yeah,
money. I don't have any money.
yeah. I think it needs to be a different bet.
Yeah.
It needs to be like,
All
what do
right.
you? Oh, man, should
So
I make you
you're
wear a CU hat around Nebraska? That'd be awesome.
I'd probably get like murdered.
Yeah,
I'd probably get more disabled. Just like thanks a lot, Wes. Now I can't use both my hands. You suck.
yeah. Well,
Trying
who
to
you got
go.
for the SMU game? Because we kind of talked about him.
Okay,
SMU or Penn
so
State?
all right, so let's go to it's actually good. We're talking about the Notre Dame game first because it's the Friday game. So you're taking Indiana, I'm taking Notre Dame, right?
Yep,
Okay. SMU Penn State, who you taking?
I got SMU.
Yeah, me too. All
Yeah,
right. Tennessee, Ohio State.
I want Tennessee, but I think Ohio State's gonna win.
Okay, I'm going with Tennessee. Clemson, Texas.
I got Texas winning.
I think they'll win too, but because you said Texas, I'll take Clemson.
Okay,
Because the power of
deal.
Dabo. Power of
The
Dabo.
power of Dabo.
Did you see?
If they win, are you gonna ride that?
Oh yeah, by the way, man, I don't know his name because I don't follow him that much. I should look it up. Um, but if Dabo Swinney wins the national championship, he uh he owes Syracuse a ring because Syracuse beat Miami and then Clemson was in the ACC finals.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
And
that
like
sucks for
the
Miami.
coach was like he literally got on the when they interviewed him, he's like, Dabo, I got you in.
That's so funny.
You never saw that?
No, I didn't see that. That's hilarious. Dabo, I got you win.
Yeah, let me look up his name.
This is horrible that I'm asking this. Dabo's the coach, right?
Yeah. Wait, you didn't know Dabo
Okay.
was the Clemson coach?
No, I had no idea. I was just playing along like I knew what I was talking about.
Wes.
Our friends in high school thought I looked like Dabo. What do you think? If I pull the hat down, if I curl the bill,
Oh, that was so
look like
funny. Like,
Dabo?
you remember he was our friend Jay there. He was
With
like,
Jay, yeah.
yeah, he was like
So he's like,
they
dude, you
won
look
and
like Dabo.
he posted something like West Spalding just won the national championship.
I was like, oh yeah. No, yeah. Definitely got the common white boy face. So
Yeah, pretty
looking
much.
alike. Okay, so let's say who does Clemson play again if they win? Do you have Clemson beating what is that? Arizona State?
Yeah, Clemson would play Arizona State. I kind of want to say Arizona State, but
Even
I
if they
think
play Texas?
what?
What about if they play Texas?
I would actually, actually, if they play, no, I think they would beat Clemson, but they wouldn't beat Texas.
Okay,
And
that's fair.
then, with the power of Dabo, you never know.
Dabo power. Man, if he wins his first game, maybe I will hop on that bandwagon just
It's
because
like
of that saying.
it's like the Batman signal, just like you just shine
Dabo.
it. Where is he? And you gotta stay quiet. You never know.
Wouldn't that wouldn't that be like would he be up for debate of one of the greatest coaches in college football if the first year he gets in by
Yeah.
winning his conference
Well, you know what's
championship game and
crazy?
then wins the tournament?
You know what's crazy is he doesn't support the transfer portal. So he would win it without transfers players, basically.
Oh wow.
I don't
That is
know for
crazy.
sure like how many they might have a couple transfers, but not many. He's all about going the high school level and
Yeah.
developing players. So I was like, that would like be a huge statement if he won the
Yeah.
whole thing.
That'd
But
be awesome. Team
um
culture. I love listening to his podcast that he does about anything.
Dabo
Got
has
the
a
guy.
podcast. Oh, I didn't know Dabo even had a podcast. Well, not
Well,
surprising.
no, I mean like people have him on and interview him.
Oh yeah, 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 for
Got some good
sure.
ones.
So like, let's say Tennessee Ohio State's the best game, first round, because it's at
Oh yeah.
nighttime on Saturday. And
Mhm.
so I will I think Oregon would beat Ohio State pretty handily. No, I take that back. Well, it's hard
I don't
because
know.
I feel like Ohio State's like kind of on a downfall right now, but it might be just because they played Michigan and wanted to beat them so bad. But
Mhm.
there's Ryan Day's jobs up for debate. And so I think Oregon, I'll just go with the players and not the coaching. Right, Oregon be a closer game if they played Ohio State than if they played Tennessee.
Mhm.
And then if this will probably be the least favorite. I don't know how people will feel about this, but if SMU wins and beats Penn State, then like it'd be SMU and But so like one of the mid majors would be in the semis.
I know that'd be
That'd be
crazy.
crazy, yeah. But then
I
like
kind
who?
of, I kind of hope if that happens, one of them. I don't know, because who's on the other side then? That's Indiana. Sorry, one of them's not making it. Can't make it against my Hoosiers.
Yeah, so then like Notre Dame. So if Notre Dame or Indiana wins, they play Georgia. I think Georgia's gonna win that game. I think they would. I think Notre Dame has a better shot of beating Georgia than Indiana does, but we'll
I think
see.
so too.
And then let's say Georgia. We both picked SMU, right? Yeah. So you got SMU, Boise State.
I
Who would you?
want SMU to win that game against Boise, but I feel like what's the running back's name? Jenke?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I feel like he's pissed they didn't win the Heisman. He's got something to prove. So
Yeah,
I feel like they're a dangerous team. That would be a really good
yeah,
game though. Penn State against Boise.
yeah. So wait, are you picking Penn State now to win against SMU
No,
or?
I'm just
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I got SMU beating Penn State, SMU beating Boise.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just saying if SMU does lose, that Penn State Boise State would be a really cool game. See Jenke
Yeah.
like just make a statement
I
against Penn
got
State.
so I have Georgia.
Not against SMU though.
So I have Georgia and Notre Dame. Georgia beating Notre Dame. So it's Georgia, Boise State in the semis. Then I got Tennessee beating Ohio State, Oregon beating Tennessee. Then I got Clemson beating Texas, Clemson going to the semis. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go back on what I said. I think like I think Arizona State have a better shot against Clemson, but I'm gonna Dabo, Dabo. And
Dabo Power. Damn. Yeah, yeah,
you
man.
can't
How
say it
much
loud enough. Say it loud, but stay quiet. You never know.
might be
But
going for Dabo now?
can't jinx it. God. So I got Clemson and Oregon in the semis, and then uh I got Georgia and SMU, which probably isn't maybe the semifinals, but people want to see. But I want to see some upsets. So I have Georgia and Oregon in the finals. And I picked Oregon for the bracket I filled out, but I'm gonna go with my heart and pick Georgia to win it all against
There you
Oregon.
go.
So, but
That'd be very heartbreaking for Oregon. That'd
that
be
would be. But there you said
yeah,
they never won him. So wait, so okay. So you picked the SMU game. So you got Indiana winning. Do you have Indiana beating Georgia?
yeah. I got Indiana winning it all.
Okay, so if
My
Indiana
heart.
beating
That's what my
Georgia,
heart's saying.
if Indiana beating Georgia, then who they play in the semis? SMU. Yeah.
That'd be SMU. Yeah.
Okay, so Indiana,
And then I
SMU.
would have Indiana playing, let me think, who's
So
on
you
the other
got
side?
so okay, hang on. You got Ohio State playing Oregon because you picked Ohio
Yeah, I got
State.
Oregon.
Okay, and then you have Texas playing Arizona State.
Oh yeah, you mean that bracket I haven't filled out? Damn, I did pick Ohio State. And I went Oregon because they didn't win one. You know what I mean? So I kind of
Okay,
want them
so
to.
who do you have? Texas.
I want like four teams to win this thing.
Okay,
Now five because
all right. Who do you have winning? Texas or Arizona State?
Texas.
Okay, so you have
I
Oregon,
got
Texas.
Texas and Oregon, maybe Ohio State, but for this podcast, we're gonna say Oregon. I got
Okay, so
Texas and Oregon. And then I got
so you're
well right
semifinal.
now, I think I'm gonna pick Oregon to beat Texas. I think I have
Yeah.
Texas and Georgia in my bracket.
Okay. So then the other semis you have SMU and Indiana, and you have your
Yep,
final is
Indiana.
Oregon and Indiana.
Yep, and I got Indiana upsetting
All right. No one
Oregon.
really probably will like our brackets at all, like because we're not having big brands in it, but whatever. Wes and I were always underdogs anyway, so it's just more fun. But let's go with
Here's what
like
I think
the
really
let's
oh,
go
go
with the
ahead.
big brand scenario here. You got Oregon
Yep,
playing Texas in the semis. You got Georgia playing Penn State in the semis,
Penn
and you
State
got
probably. Higher
like
probability.
what's a bigger brand matchup of the finals? Texas and Georgia or Georgia Oregon?
Hmm, probably Texas. I feel like there's way more Texas fans. That's what they
Yeah, I
want.
think you want a really big brand
I
and
think they want Texas, Georgia because of SEC and because Texas is such a huge fan base.
yeah, they actually have the most NIL money. Like just Texas in
Texas?
general. Because you gotta think
Oh yeah.
about the oil money too. They got
Hmm.
like they can just get so many players. So, but now let's
Trying to
what's the
think.
biggest dud finals that people probably wouldn't stream to watch? We would
Oh my gosh. I think it
we're
would be
sports.
like,
It'd be Arizona State
yeah.
and
Oh my gosh,
is
yeah.
Boise State less of a known name or nah, probably be SMU because
Nah,
Boise State's been good since '08.
I SMU's a Texas school. I think Indiana,
Oh
Indiana,
yeah. Yeah,
and
you're
Arizona
right.
State. That'd
Indiana,
be the worst final.
Arizona State.
That'd be a great final.
People will look around like, is this a basketball game? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
what's
exactly.
happening? Like
That'd be hilarious, to be honest. That'd be
now
so funny.
David
Because
versus Goliath matchup would be
mm,
Oregon undefeated hasn't lost all year to Boise State.
Boise State or SMU.
I'd say Boise State because SMU, they're kind of a bigger school. I mean, they're in the ACC
Okay.
and people kind of get so SMU is in the American.
Hmm.
I think anyway, people put the Mountain West lower than like the American, what SMU was in.
Okay.
I don't know. That's my opinion. So, all right. So we talked about college football, and now before we go, we're just gonna go briefly on a topic here of the NBA Cup. Lakers won it last year. The Bucks won it this year. And the discussion Wes and I were having yesterday, the other day on the phone, and which we should just do podcasting on the phone. We talk. I don't know why,
Figure out how we can record it. Figure out how we can just record it.
you can record phone calls.
I know. I don't know how.
Oh,
I would
I'll
probably
figure it
probably
out.
an easy
But
probably an easy
anyway,
YouTube search, but yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so uh the Lakers hung like a banner because they won the NBA Cup. And were you for that, Wes? Hanging a banner if you win the NBA Cup?
Mm, maybe not a banner, but maybe like something cooler. I don't know.
Look, they
I don't
all
know about a banner, but I do think you have to invest in the idea of the NBA Cup because they're trying to do what like soccer leagues do in Europe, where there's like a tournament mid-season that means something, but there's zero history behind the NBA Cup, so it means nothing. You know
that's
what I mean?
true. But what about this? What about if you don't do it in November? Because you know what football's on? Nobody cares. Okay. Just don't.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
Nobody cares about basketball right now.
yeah, they really don't. I mean, I like college basketball, but I'm a junkie on that. So,
Yeah,
uh, you do it and you don't go around March Madness. You wait to like the Sweet 16, Elite Eight, or whatever when there are less games, but you do it in March and you do it for seeding in the NBA playoffs.
what do you mean? How does that work?
I don't have no idea, but like think about it, like if you let's say you're like the eighth seed, like only the teams like they had the play-in tournament, obviously. Well, get rid of the play-in tournament, just play the NBA Cup, and be like, if you're like an eighth seed or whatever, going in and you win the whole thing, and you can go anywhere from a 4 to 1 seed, and then like if you're a 4 to 8 or 9 or 10 seed, and you get bumped right away, you're down to an 8 or 9, you're down to an 8 seed, or you have to do the play-in turn game. Just get rid of regular season games and play the NBA Cup. Like, think of like the meaning of it, like, oh hey, the Orlando Magic. I like them, so we're just gonna go with them. Orlando Magic are the the ninth seed, and but if they win the NBA Cup, they can get all the way up to a 5 or 4 seed.
That's not bad,
And then
but
like,
I feel like it's too close to NBA playoffs. You got to have like somewhere. I feel like you got to have it between February and November. It's got to be in somewhere.
well, the stars care about it because the rookies get paid better. You get so much more
Mm,
money. So
yeah,
the rookies, they literally said this on TV. The rookies were like giving like Giannis hugs because they're gonna make so much more money now. Like
yeah.
whatever the paycheck's gonna be to play in this cup. They're just gonna make a lot more money. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how, but like they said the other day, like I think there was a stat that the Thunder or one of the teams, Thunder or Bucks, probably the Thunder because they're lost, but they took like 72 threes. Like it's YMCA ball, bro. That's what it is. Like,
72 threes. That's crazy.
yeah, I'll look it up. But like, it's like playing at the Y. Like, you're just chucking up shots, and at least like no one cares about the mid range. Well, I wouldn't say no one. I feel like some guys care, but like, you want to see action at the basket, and if you're 7 foot tall, you don't need to shoot a three. Just go in the paint, drive, back down. I don't know. I'm not saying I don't want to see threes, but like, they're like they say it all the time on like the sports shows. There are guys shooting threes that have no business shooting threes. If you don't shoot like a certain percentage, then get out of there and get down low or shoot a mid
Yeah.
range.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. I think it's just like, I don't know. It's weird. They're doing higher percentage shots. So it's like, unless you're have a true craft in mid range, then you're better off just trying to get to the rim or spacing and being able to knock down a three.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, but yeah, like it was way more fun watching like Kobe and MJ, um, like AI even. Those guys just like created, like they were more
Yeah.
creative.
Okay, I
Yeah.
have wrong. So maybe it was combined. I thought they said 72 by team. It might have been 72 total. I don't know. You do the math here. So the Bucks shot 17 for 40 on threes, and the Thunder were 5 for 32 on threes.
5 for 32?
Yeah, that's the thing, is like guys keep shooting, and if you can't make a certain amount, I mean, uh they
So the
shot
Bucks shot 43s and they almost went 50%.
yeah, they
That's
almost
pretty
went
good
50,
actually.
but the Thunder shot 15%.
That's insane.
But like, why not just go to the basket? You
Yeah, I
know?
don't know. They try to like come back too fast or something.
Yeah, and like you're just chucking up shit.
Mhm.
What the fuck? All right. But yeah, it's just like I don't know, I'm not sorry. I'm kind of glad I said it. But
Damn it, Wyatt.
I don't care.
Kid friendly.
Yeah,
Gosh.
it's actually not, I don't think.
No.
I don't know. But anyway, it's just like I don't know, you just make something happen. Like don't just come down and shoot a three right away. Like if you're 0 for 10, then go drive to the basket. That's your thing. Like some of these guys,
I
like they're
feel like
not
moving
Steph
without the
Curry.
ball and
And you know
using
who's a shooter and who's a scorer. And there's a difference.
explain to the people.
All right, I didn't know if you were saying anything. And so if you're a shooter, like, yeah, there are guys that can be over 10, but they're gonna knock down the game winner maybe if they can. If you're a scorer, you can make a three every now and then, but you are in making twos, driving to the basket, just creating. Like
Mhm.
you don't always have to make a three. I mean, some guys are just better at driving to the basket or going to the 2 points and then pump faking and then shooting or laying it up or floaters or whatever, man. And so I don't know. Just don't have guys that have terrible 3 point percentage shoot threes. And if you're not the main 3 point on your shooter on your team, then don't shoot it. You're already 0 for 5. Everyone wants
Yeah,
even
I
the
feel like also moving without the ball isn't like knowing how to set screens to get open for another like shot. Like having the basketball like you have thinking two, three, four passes ahead
yeah,
is like everybody wants to go one on one, everyone wants to create. It's not like the Spurs, like the 2000 to 2000 like 15, 14 Spurs. They moved so good without the ball.
they
Those guys
did.
knew how to like get open, like create and stuff. Yeah, if you want to talk about two guys that knew how to, or three guys, all three of those dudes weren't really 3 point shooters. Ginobili, Tony Parker, and
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. Yeah, oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah, I
all three
mean,
of those guys. That's like masterclass on 2 point creation.
in
All
like
three of those guys.
the Mavericks that beat the Heat the first year LeBron was at the Heat. I heard like
Yeah,
I heard like on a documentary they're like, yeah, we ran no set plays. We just did all motion, but they weren't like chucking up threes. They were just moving without the ball, getting open. And I'm just like, dang, like, and Dirk, what's Dirk known for? Like, yeah, he actually was a pretty good 3 point shooter for a big man, but he's known for like his what fadeaway shot and the twos and just creating.
like mid
Like
range. Yeah, yeah.
like Damian Lillard. Yeah, I want him shooting threes, even if he's 0 for 15. Like he's proved that he can knock shots down from deep. That's the guy I want. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like Alexander, I think he is a good three-point shooter, but I would want him creating more, like driving, pulling up for twos, shooting a three every now and then. Yeah, that's what I think the kind of player he is. So I don't know what he went 2 for 9 for threes, and he was the best one that shot threes. 2 for 9. The rest of the guys couldn't make anything. He shot the most threes, but still, I
I
don't
think
know.
guys are better at one-on-one and like skill level now, but I don't think basketball IQ and team play is as good.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's why the NBA is going down in ratings. Like I watch the NBA every now and then, but I am a sports junkie and at the time. I don't know. But you know what I don't do?
That's why they did the NBA Cup too. They're trying
Yeah.
to get ratings up.
Yeah, I know. And then like there was a comment made that Adam Silver was like, "Oh, well, we're so popular on social media and TikTok. Who cares?" Like, yeah, that just proves like, oh, we don't need to watch the NBA. We just go watch it on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram. Because
That's true.
I mean,
Honestly, if I watch a game, I do watch the YouTube game.
yeah, exactly. And you know what? I
But
watch
why?
it.
Okay, but why would people watch a football game when you can do the same thing? I guess it's more exciting. I guess kind of answer my own question, but
Yeah,
why? Yeah, I don't
like
know.
I think football is just a lot more popular. People like it more. Uh,
Less games. There's
yeah, every
more
oh, that was it.
importance
That
on
was what
every
I was.
game.
Yeah, you got what I was looking for. Like every game matters because you only play 16 or
Yeah,
17 games, and so yeah, 17 now, and
yeah.
so every game matters. Um, honestly, I think if you went back to some of honestly, if they let them do some of the stuff they in the NBA, they let them do some of the stuff they used to do like early 2000s or mid 2000s or whatever, and it got more physical, I think people would watch because it's so like you can't like what is it like grab on someone's hip and move
Then
them.
you have to learn how to create.
You
Yeah,
do. That
it's
was the
almost like yeah, like
point.
they made the game more. Yeah, you made the game more soft. So you had no choice. Like and MJ was like, I had to figure out different ways because guys were grab on me, stuff like that. They could like put a hand on them. You had to be more creative and stuff.
Yeah, and like I
And
want
there's
to see.
also a funny picture of it's like bigs back in like the 90s and 2000s, like uh Rodman from the Spurs, and he's freaking jacked. And then they show poor Wembley. They show him, he's like his rookie year, he's like a twig. And the other guy from the OKC, they're just like skinny. I mean, they're skilled. They're so skilled.
Yeah,
Like you don't need to have the look to be a skilled basketball player. But
yeah,
it
and
is
then
true.
like
It's like you had to be so strong back in the
yeah,
90s and like early 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Like yeah, you had to be strong. You can
yeah,
get banged up. Yeah.
for sure. And then like oh, like people think like all then Steph Curry wouldn't have done as well. Would have got a bit more physical. And I think he would have done fine. He would have figured it out. Steph Curry. But
Yeah.
I mean, you still want to see
I
guys.
think he still would have been a problem. Like he still would have
Yeah,
been super hard to guard. Yeah.
exactly.
Because he knows how to move out the ball. He does super well moving out the ball.
Yeah. I mean, his dad played in that era.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he would have figured it out. But it
And
just,
Warriors also know how to move without the ball. They,
yeah,
even though they kind of like, people want to play like Steph, but like Steph gets a lot of his points off of easy buckets too. He knows how to create without even touching the ball.
exactly. And guys just don't want
Yeah,
to do that. And I'm just like, I saw something today
not cheap.
actually. They were like, yeah, like the greatest player of all time. If some people are gonna disagree with me, but like Michael Jordan, uh, he didn't shoot threes a lot. He was a 2-point guy, and people still put him above all these guys that can shoot threes like nobody's business. So,
Yeah.
but I still want to see like guys hit deep threes and guys just go off at 3-point line, but just not like everybody.
hmm
So, yeah. All right, well,
I mean,
okay.
if you think about real quick, think about percentage wise. Let's say take 10 shots. The average percentage for three is 33%. So if they go 3-10, that's 9 points in 10 shots. If you go 5-10, it's 10 points. So you're like 1 point twos and going 50% than by taking threes and going 30%. The only way that makes sense is if you're a 40% 3-point shooter, then you get 2 more points. So if you're shooting 40% or higher from three, it makes statistically it would make more sense for you to shoot threes. But if you're
Yeah.
lower than 40%, then you could argue like it's not. It's the same. I think if you do 20 shots, it should be the same. Yeah. But
I
yeah,
do I do agree with some of the sports heads, like sometimes math guys are they're just ruining sports.
yeah,
Like it's like when they took Blake Snell out of the World Series. It was because of some statistics like it's the World Series. It's Blake Snell. He'll be fine.
yeah.
Leave him in there.
Like you have to know when to read the stats and when to like read the situation and the person and like the heart and the feeling,
Yeah,
what your gut feeling. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. So, so wait, real quick then. You win an NBA Cup, you hang in a banner.
I don't think I'm hanging a banner.
Yeah, I think it's a weak move. Weak move. And it's like I feel really bad for the Lakers because we all know some Laker greats, Patty Johnson, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. They wouldn't stand for that shit. Hanging a banner.
No.
I bet Kobe would have said something about collecting rings. You know, if he was still alive, I wouldn't be surprised if Kobe's like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. 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 It's
So
just like, yeah, it's not the same. They should only hang a banner for an NBA championship.
yeah, it's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, there are certain sports levels like, yeah, you lose, but you take a lot from losing. Like, this is the pros. If you win, you're a winner. If you lose, you're a loser. Like your team is. Just non personally in life,
You
but
get
that, yeah,
paid to
you get
win.
paid to play.
Yeah.
Get paid to play. It's okay to be called a loser. You can go, still get paid. Losers still get paid in the
Yeah. You're
league.
still making money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's our show. A little more sports oriented this time. We'll go into talk about the college football playoffs next time, some live personal stuff. And we're back and we'll see you guys next time. See ya.
See ya.